Hey there everyone, and welcome back to Tangle Tower. Let's go get Hawkshaw. The telescope she had was in fact a telescope.
This little microscope thing? You said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense, if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
You're such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry, we already worked out what you're searching for.
Oh, did we? Crap. Did we? What has Hawkshaw been hired to find? A golden beetle? Probably.
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Okay.
Thanks.
Because we know
So
her
that's
client
what you're looking
is.
for in the greenhouse? This beetle?
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He is not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
It's not even a microscope.
It's not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
The handheld microscope. According to Fifi, it uses a telescopic lens. So Hawkshaw lied about it, which makes it the murder weapon.
The handheld microscope, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens, so Hawkshaw lied about it. I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
A detective? Naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy?
I wanted to be an astronomer.
Oh,
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure,
aw.
but a seductive one. At 15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me. And so, I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An extremely childish indulgence, I admit.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
So, who is your suspect?
Things have become complicated. My lead suspect is your murder victim.
Yeah, that makes sense. She does have that little, like, bug thing in her room. I kinda... That's Fifi's room. Let's take another look at the crime scene.
A little pot plant, balanced on the window ledge.
It's the only plant in the entire room.
I mean, we can ask her about everything. I'm not even sure she has a voice actor.
The outline of Freya Fellow. Looks like she fell onto her back. There's a single patch of blood, right in the middle. No real signs of a struggle.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas.
So?
So she was probably standing really close to the canvas when she fell.
Let's check the case file again.
Died whilst painting a portrait of Flora. Flora's tower. Flora was present. Freya Fell was found lying on her back with a single stab wound on her chest. A weapon was found at the scene. She's not holding a knife. The red color on the tip of the knife is not paint. It was discovered to be blood. I don't see anything, though. Wait.
The outline.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were
So
she
let's
was.
check the case file again.
No weapon was found at the scene. The subject of Freya's unfinished painting is holding a knife. There's blood on... Well, it's a feather, but... The case file, the painting is further away. Look at this. The gap.
Freya's painting supplies.
Oh, small glass pots of radial blue, black, and white paint. The glass pots are all cracked down one side.
Freya's painting supplies.
Still finding stuff. They're all cracked down one side. Something happened with this gramophone, like something that cracked everything. The door's off
That's
the
the
hinges.
only door in and out of the room.
It's also on the floor.
Sure is. Guessing it's not supposed to be down there.
The Fitz kicked it in.
We spoke to Hawkshaw. I assume she didn't get anything out of you either. I bet that really ticked her off.
Do you and Fitz have anything to do with each other? Other than your initials? You know the guy in the other tower? Weird astronomy professor guy?
Can you see him from your window? Can he see you?
What do you know about Penny?
I can't really imagine those two being friends, to be honest.
You never know.
This woman's had hard times with her
Do
family.
you and Poppy get along?
Her immediate
Nothing.
family.
Shocker. Grimoire, what could you possibly be writing down?
Oh no, I gave up making notes ages ago. Now I'm just doodling in the margins.
Nice. It's real quick, so you might as well just click through everything.
Do you know anything about this beetle?
Okay, okay. I actually kind of want to check Fitz's room.
It's locked, but it leads outside.
I thought we were halfway up a tower.
We are.
What's that thing by the handle?
Ah, I see. That's where they belong. Oh, wait. Is that where they belong? That's where they are? I think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It made a noise.
I guess that was right. And the door's still locked.
I still feel like we made some sort of progress.
Okay, and now we're gonna head over here. I didn't even notice that the first time I was in there. And we're gonna hit this.
A big glass leads out.
There's a little mechanism.
Oops,
by the-
I didn't.
A big glass.
Of all the
There's a
places to click. So here, it's like this.
Something happened.
That must be it. Finally, it's open.
I'll say.
Whatever's on the other side better be worth it.
Even they know how much I struggled with this. The rooftop garden. He's wearing headphones.
It's another little statue, doing a really bad job of hiding in the bushes.
He's playing a lute this time.
He's also wearing headphones.
Well, they're not part of the statue. And they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
Oh, they are. Lute statue. A slightly weathered statue of a strange creature holding a lute. A pair of earmuffs have been placed on the head of the statue.
Giant stone frog. Love it.
A swamp monster?
Yeah, he's got his tongue out like he's catching snowflakes.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
4 feathers. The feathers were mostly found resting on the tongue of the large stone frog. None of the feathers are from the ink-dip bird.
Ah, a little water
It's
feature.
making me sleepy.
I feel you.
Wonder how it's hooked up.
Hold on a second. Let me just silence this. Buzz buzz. Okay.
A little pond.
It looks really, really deep for some reason. See those metal bars around the edges too?
Oh yeah. What do you suppose they're for?
Nothing anymore. Looks like somebody broke them and then never bothered to fix it.
Huh. Can we look in there? I want to look.
It's a rose bush, growing on a little patch of bluish soil. Apart from a couple of loose petals on one side, the whole thing looks very well cared for.
The roses are bright red too.
Now, aren't roses normally that color?
Exactly.
She makes a good point. Nothing here is the color it's supposed to be.
It's a rose bush. Apart
The
from
roses
aren't-
exactly. It's so relaxing. I might just stay here.
Oh, shall I go finish the investigation on my own?
That'd be great.
Oh, good. A bridge. I'm glad to know there's a way to get across that tiny, tiny pond.
Not all bridges are about getting across stuff. More egg statues.
I don't get it. Why eggs?
Well, either they have some special significance, or the sculptor was just really lazy.
What do you mean?
An egg has got to be the easiest shape to make.
Stone pillars, or what's left of them. It's the door into Fitz's room.
One of only 2 ways to get into the garden.
Oh, yeah. The door into Poppy's room.
So, only Poppy and Fitz can get into the garden?
Ah, I guess so.
Well, I assume anyone could get in, but you'd have to walk through one of their rooms to do so. Let's ask Penelope about the feathers.
There used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question. Lovely. Freya doesn't take very good care of her pains, does she? But then she was always rather bohemian, had her own priorities.
She don't like
Not a
bugs.
fan of insects myself. Whose research is this?
We were hoping you might know.
No, can't say I... Freya, perhaps. I know she was always very fond of grubby little things like this.
Noted.
Can't say I've ever taken an interest in Uncle's astronomy. On occasion, I've dared to visit him in his tower, but I always regret it. It's all just a little too abstract for me.
What do you mean?
Oh, did you know the sun is apparently over 400,000 miles wide? Okay, so what should I do with that information? How does it help me?
Don't look at me. You're the one who memorized it.
Yeah. Okay, so we're done with her for now. We've still got that. Before I move, I'm gonna look at the case file again. This lute statue. These statues. Let's go revisit the harp statue.
Spooky. What do you think it's for?
I think it's to scare away detectives.
Is it working?
Yes.
No. I'm still not sure about this thing.
Should we take another look?
Piano. Wait, I want to look at the case file again.
Come back later.
Poppy says she didn't break the statue. There are statues everywhere. The lute. The harp, the horn, the lute. I feel like we're missing a statue. I feel like these statues relate to this.
This is some
Do the
god.
plants all look a little... Should we take another look?
Bell. Lips. Piano.
Let's come back later.
That one's a big mystery, that one. Let's just visit some places we haven't been to in a while.
Do you think he'll start to move if we try to go inside?
No, I think he'll just silently judge us.
It is indeed Tangle Tower. I wanted to read this note again. The envelope has been ripped open this finger. The combination is drawn on the other sheet. Once you have it memorized, destroy it. I do not agree with your reasons. You will not find it down there. We can start back at the beginning. Like, we asked her about everything. The second person we talked to was Fitz. We talked to him about everything we knew at the time. I'm sorry, not Fitz, Felix. We talked to him about everything we knew at the time, which wasn't a whole lot. So let's ask him about a few more things.
My daughter Fiona, our little burgeoning genius. You've met her?
We did. She's going by Fifi these days.
So I've heard. I asked her some weeks ago, what's wrong with your real name? She told me, get this, she wanted a name with an even number of syllables. She makes up the strangest things.
I'm glad
when
you're
she's
so
under
amused by
pressure.
it.
What makes you think she made that up?
I happen to know the real reason she prefers Fifi over Fiona.
And that is?
It's what Freya called her.
Oh.
Quite the character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
Is that a real thing?
No, I just meant because we both wear, red capes of a sort.
Has she questioned you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say. I heard on the grapevine, supposedly Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item, something called the golden beetle. Honestly, it's probably a bunch of sensationalist rubbish.
You reckon?
Quite sure. There is no treasure called the golden beetle.
How do you know?
Because I would have heard of it. Fitz? I don't trust him. He's slippery.
What?
Never commits to anything. Brain like an onion.
An onion?
Did you two have an argument?
No, but my daughter doesn't like him at all. And I trust Fiona's judgment entirely. She's a very vigilant young woman.
Ah. Why doesn't she like him?
Percival Pointer. Good old... So, what do you reckon? Is he the murderer?
I don't know, maybe. We still need...
That is not information we're willing to share at this time.
I'm just saying, keep an eye on him. Holds on to a lot of bitterness, does old Pointer. Just because he's always struggled to support his family. Slightly pathetic, really.
And how long have you known him?
Over 35 years.
Childhood friends? Rivals?
Don't know if I'd do him the honor of considering him my rival.
I'm not a fan of him either.
Penelope seems to have really settled into a groove. She struggled a bit when she was younger. Always a little estranged.
How come?
Well, she was mostly raised by her uncle, and he really only makes time for his own daughter. Now, of course, she's bringing the two families together through her marriage. It's a nice gesture.
Because she's marrying Fitz.
But futile. Poppy's a good friend to my daughter. Always has been. I think they get on well because they're so... different.
Different like how?
Poppy is, she's quite introspective, good with feelings. Fiona, not so much. Still, Poppy always seems to be sulking about something.
The heavy, heavy price of emotional intelligence.
Yep. There you go. Alright, we got a few things to ask him about.
Why don't you ask Fiona about that one? Looks like her area of expertise. That looks like it might belong to Fitz. I've never seen that before. Looks valuable. Now this is still in very good condition. Apart from the crack, of course.
What about those shards on the inside of the horn?
Looks like somebody broke a glass and was trying to conceal the evidence. Cunning.
Huh.
Oh dear.
Do you know who this is?
Not a clue.
Is this true? Do people really not know who it is, or are they just covering for her?
That looks like it might belong to Fitz. Goodness me!
Huh.
What's this all about? Some kind of rare jewel?
I'm pretty sure the research is about a real insect.
If it's made of gold, then it's made of gold. Looks like Freya's paints.
Do you know why the pots are cracked down one side?
No, that's very odd. They're normally in excellent condition.
You seem pretty sure about that.
The statue was up in the rooftop garden.
Yes, it's been there a while. You can see the brass is slightly tarnished by the elements. But it's not too bad. Might be salvageable. Is that a clue? Really?
It might be.
You never know.
It's a little glass box.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
See the leaves and twigs in there? Might have been for keeping insects.
Do you think this was always supposed to be a bedroom?
I don't know. It is kind of a weird shape.
No windows either. Even though we're halfway up a tower, someone's been tracking in mud from outside. And there's no natural light in here at all.
I like it.
Someone's been tracking in mud. Presumably from the garden. Well, it's the closest one. I guess it could have been from anywhere. I think we talked to her about everything. We talked to her about the bug. Oh.
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
What?
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
The whole... So is there no red paint? Well, I guess there is red paint because, Felix stole it.
What's wrong?
Earmuffs do not go on statues. What a mess. Penelope should tidy up after herself.
These weren't dropped by Penny. They were dropped by birds, I think.
My argument stands.
There's something about Felix's painting supplies. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Mm-hmm. Suspicion.
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
Has the wrong lid. It's not the right color. It's not your paint pot.
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
Okay, so his paint pot. Well, I mean, the only person it could belong to is Rhea. But I don't know how to prove that. I mean, they match Freya's paints as well. Freya has the same... Oh, the label's different. These all have mountains on them. And that one has a mountain on it.
Let's take a closer look at this.
So... Alright, hold on. So Freya's paints are on the left. I have to wrap my brain around this. So Freya's red paint pot is exactly the same as Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it. Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it. That is accurate. Because you can tell that the labels and the glass is a slightly different color.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
Mm-hmm.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway?
Why'd you steal her
None
paint?
of this is connected to your murder.
Because it's not paint, it's blood. Why is Felix stealing Freya's paint relevant to the murder? This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood. Before Freya used it to paint Flora.
This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Oh, that's definitely something. Right. Fine. Here's the story.
All right, let's
I
have
was
it.
busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure, so I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know. Perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
All right, we're done with you. The next person we've exhausted these 3 people. So now we're gonna go in the order we were going in. We're gonna hit up Haksha. Although I think I talked to her about everything. Maybe not. I did find some things. Oh.
I'll say this. He's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse. But I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers. In secret.
Whoa, scandal.
I just wonder if he's getting restless. Professor Pointer's a respectable astronomer. Keeps himself to himself. What?
We're just surprised.
That was the most polite you've been about anyone.
She loves him. Not loves him, but she adores him. He is her idol.
I find her rather embarrassing. Little more than a spoiled child.
Penny must be at least 25.
27. Just makes it worse.
Tuh.
Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even, if she wanted to.
She'd probably have to leave Tangle Tower first.
Quite.
Alright.
The people here are surprisingly materialistic, considering how sheltered they are.
Materialistic?
It's a good
Growing
observation.
this fruit simply because it produces a gemstone-like material. For what possible purpose, other than financial gain?
You're speculating.
What would you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stone straight from the earth? This is a potential murder weapon, is it not?
It is not.
I don't know. I don't think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around. Some breed of amphibious humanoid, potentially bipedal, although none of the statues show the creature's feet.
I guess we'll never know.
One of 3 statues depicting
3.
the same creature. This one is wearing headphones. Perhaps they belong to someone who likes music.
They're not headphones.
They're earmuffs.
For blocking out sound.
Perhaps they belong to someone who doesn't like music.
Brilliant deduction.
Who's that?
Not sure. It doesn't really look like anyone we've met so far.
Strange.
It's Poppy.
And you consider that important evidence, do you?
How about this?
These people really are ridiculous, aren't they? Where did you find this?
Do you have any theories about where this might have been?
Or who might have had it.
I have several theories. But they are my theories, and I'm not going to share them.
All right, jeevers.
Paints?
Yep.
Paints. Do you also have a pile of leaves as a clue?
Oh, not yet. Did you see some suspicious leaves?
She's so sassy. All right, we're done with you for now. Until we find another clue. I think we talked to Fitz about everything.
Giant.
AKA a greenhouse.
I forgot that I have to move through the map. I'm sure we talked to him about everything. Well,
Paints are different to flowers.
I'd say so, yeah.
At any time, flowers can bloom with perfect, faultless colors. Red, blue, white. With paint, once you've tainted a color by mixing it with others, not even the most skilled painter can return it to its pure form.
We found these up in the rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, it could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone. Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
What do you need earmuffs for?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
oh,
It's genius.
very nice. So the earmuffs are Fitz's. Next, I'm gonna be stuck once I talk to everybody about everything, and I got nothing left.
Why is the glass cracked down one side?
Good question.
Natural wear and tear, maybe?
No way. Freya took good care of her stuff.
Do you know where those earmuffs came from?
I put them there.
Why?
I found them lying around. I think they belonged to Fitz. I put them on the statue so he'd see them. I thought they looked like headphones. Like he's in the recording studio with his guitar.
That's
No.
cute.
If they do belong to Fitz, he hasn't taken them back yet. When did you find them?
This morning.
Where?
I don't know, in a hallway. I can't remember exactly.
Which hallway? That seems a bit more relevant to the murder.
I see a lot of birds up in the rooftop garden. They seem to really like it up there.
Why's that?
It's quiet.
That's relevant. She said she found him in a hallway, but she doesn't know where. Oh, we talked to her about everything. Huh, just kidding. Alright, back to my favorite person in the tower.
Is this important?
Possibly.
I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears?
Whenever I've seen him, yes. I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue.
So haughty. Alright, we're gonna...
The bell jar. It's empty.
What do people normally keep in bell jars?
Other than bells, you mean?
Hello? What are these?
There's something kinda disappointing about this room. I just expected a bit more from an astronomy tower.
Oh, does it not compare to all the other astronomy towers you've been to?
I think these windows are open, and that these are leaves. Okay. Let's take... We've gotten everybody except Pointer and Penny. Close friend. Friend, close friend, mother, father, cousin. Pandora, Pointer. Fitz is her fiance. Daughter. Hiree. How was Freya killed? Okay. So we've talked to everybody about everything that we have thus far. There are things that we're missing, though I'm not sure what they are. This, I assume, is a hint. Let's look at the case file. So, these earmuffs are relevant, as is this. Bell, lips, piano, bird. Piano, bird. The lips are a bit... And bell. Bell is another one that I don't quite understand. Let's hit the empty rooms again.
Ah, yes, a giant symbol drawn in chalk on the floor. Always a good omen.
It's an eye. More handwritten sheet music.
That is the bed of a vampire.
I thought vampires slept in coffins.
This is a vampire who needs firm support for their lower back. Anything in the wardrobe?
Dresses, mostly. I never realized there are so many shades of black.
Anything in the drawers?
Nothing you need to know about.
Mind your own business.
Oh, thank goodness, there are 7 lit candles. Wouldn't want it to be dark in here.
Plus a lot of natural light from outside.
A single red rose. How very traditional.
Yeah, weird.
Just a bunch of clothes on the floor. Nothing weird about that.
To you.
It won't let me relate.
It's open. That's one big dragonfly.
Or one very small dragon. Trees. On a roof.
In a garden.
In a garden. On a roof.
This here is a point of interest. I'm just looking. There's a key on this side. Like, eventually it helps to click on everything.
Ah, a little water feature.
It's making me sleepy.
Wonder how it's hooked up. A little pond.
It looks really, really... See those metal bars around the edges, too?
Oh, yeah. What is-
Nothing. It looks like somebody broke them and then never bothered to fix it.
There's still quite a few mysteries. It's oddly quiet now. Let's go back to the main hall. We were here once. The family tree is here. This is the pointer side. I'm sorry, this is the pointer side, and that's the...
It's not locked.
Stairs.
It's a big glass tube filled with water.
There are weeds in there.
It's an aquarium?
Could be. Except there's more. Finally, we get to investigate a murder in a spooky mansion.
It's not that spooky, really.
Don't ruin this.
Let me have this.
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
Sounds boring.
Felix Fellow.
We met him. He's one of the suspects.
Flint Fellow.
Flint Fellow. I guess he doesn't live here anymore.
Felix and Flora Remington.
Flora Remington.
We met her. She's one of the suspects. Fiona Fellow. We met her. She's one of the suspects.
So, Penelope. Penelope is the daughter of Pandora Pointer and Buck Brackley.
Penelope Pointer. We met her. She is one of the suspects.
Percival is a pointer, and he's got a sister, which is why Penelope is his niece, and Poppy's his daughter.
Poppy Pointer. We met her. She is one of the suspects. Pretty. Pretty.
Freya. Felicia Fellow. Lord Fellow had a relationship which birthed Felicia, and then Felicia had Freya.
Damien Dusk. It's Freya's father. I guess he doesn't live here anymore.
Selena Stonetop.
No family line. Apparently, she just appeared out of nowhere.
Primrose Remington. I guess she doesn't live here anymore.
Primrose is his wife. Richard Remington.
Richard Remington.
The one and only.
So the Pointers and the Fellows are related primarily by the Remingtons. Flora and Primrose and Richard. Okay, so there's clearly something we missed in a room somewhere. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this one here and then spend a little time on my own, just blindly going through rooms and trying to figure out what it is that I missed. I mean, even if you check the case file, I'm sure it's not neatly filled, but there's still some room for things. So until then, if you've been watching, again, thank you, love you to death, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!